A movie about taking only what you need and leaving enough for others? I wonder how we could apply this to our lives right now. Guys, I am back here at Mid-Level Media for another movie review, and today I'm reviewing the Netflix original film, The Platform. So this just dropped on Netflix last Friday, and I got a chance to check it out a few nights ago, but I'm just kind of gathering my thoughts to go ahead and review it for you all today. So let's run down this synopsis before I get into it. The Platform is a Spanish science fiction film directed by Galder Gaztelu Urichu, as two people locked in a vertical prison with one cell per level struggle to eat as one platform full of food descends daily through all the levels. So guys, before I get into this, let me just say this movie is an absolute trip. And if you are queasy in any way, if you can't stomach grotesque, violent imagery, if you are not a real true and blue horror fan, you are probably not going to enjoy this film. But to be honest, if you get into it, there is a lot of kind of social relevance to what's going on in the world today. So I absolutely recommend that people do check this out. I would recommend this movie to almost anybody just for the themes that it incorporates, but it is a tough movie to get through as far as visually and just the brutal violence that quite frankly is involved in this film. But let me go ahead and kind of run this film down for you, because I gave you my synopsis, but I want to go ahead and explain it again, because this movie has multiple layers and levels, as you will, to it. So basically, you have these two prisoners. They get gassed every month, and they wake up on a different level in this tower. It's kind of unclear as to how they got into the tower. You never really get a sense of what the outside world is like, just that they're there, and these are the reasons why they're there, and they basically have no way out. So once they're in there, they get gassed every month, they wake up on a different level, so they don't know how they got there, and sometimes some of the prisoners get new partners, and basically the people from above, they make this entire tray or platform full of food. Like, it's a huge platform full of food, and they lower this. They start at and this is really important, they start at 0. 0 is at the top. Okay, so you have to kind of train your mind to think that way. So 0 is at the top, and they lower it down to each level. They keep it on each level for 2 minutes, giving people enough time to eat, and then they lower it to the next level. So as this tray goes down, it's having more and more food taken off of it. So if you are on level 10, you're probably eating pretty good. 1s through 10s probably eating pretty good. Now 10 through 20, they're eating pretty good too, but they don't get the first picks of everything. Now once you start to get down to like level 50, you're getting slim pickings. You're getting the runoffs. You're getting just little bitty pieces of meat that are probably thrown around, and then it gets grimmer and grimmer the more levels you go down. And once you get to the bottom, you don't have anything left. You have glasses that are shattered, probably people that are trying to eat the glass and the plates and things like that, and it gets more dire and dire as you go down. And what's so interesting about this film and how it pertains to kind of what we're going through now is it covers really the greed of humans, and how, if given the opportunity, are we going to take more than we need, or are we going to save some for the people below? And one of the interesting things about this movie is there's a character that comes in probably halfway through the movie, and she explains to everybody, she's like, look, there's enough food on this tray for everybody to eat and survive, but it's up to you all at the top levels to make sure there's enough for the people on the bottom. And they never do, because the nature of it, the people on the top could wake up on the bottom tomorrow, so they're trying to prepare their bodies for when they are, and it's basically, well, this person, they did it to me last time, so I'm going to do it to them this time, and nobody really steps up to change anything. And that's really interesting, because it pertains very heavily to what we're going through now, with people buying up all the canned goods, all the rice, all the spaghetti, the toilet paper, everybody gorging on toilet paper, and nobody has enough for themselves or for others, for people that didn't make it out to get all the toilet paper. And that's very interesting. So, I mean, as far as just the film itself, it's very good, and it's very original, and I would recommend this just based on the premise alone, because Honestly, I've never watched a movie with this kind of premise before. It's super original, and I love movies that are original, movies that take risk and do something different, something I've never seen before. Even if it's not the strongest film, I would take that any day of the week over something that was better executed, but I've seen the same concept 100 times before. So I do appreciate this film based on that level. The performances are really good. Like I said, this is a Spanish movie, and I'm pretty sure you have the option to dub it on Netflix. I watch it in Spanish because that's how I prefer to watch foreign language films with the subtitles. But if you want to dub it in English, you can do that as well. But the performances are very good. Both of the main actors that are in it, you know, you have this kind of older guy and you have the younger guy. The older guy's been in it for a while. He kind of knows the ropes and the things to do. The other guy's more naive about what's going on, and just their relationship and chemistry with each other and how they play off of each other is super interesting. And always engaging, just their different points of view and how they see things. So both performances are incredible, and this movie it gets really dark and just deeply disturbing in parts. Like I said at the top, if you are queasy, if you do not like really dark, gruesome imagery, like this movie has loads of it, so definitely be cautious of that. But as far as negatives, the movie, it doesn't have the best pacing. It starts off really strong. You know, there's a lot of kind of exposition heavy dialogue where the characters are explaining everything to everybody, and you're kind of getting into this world and getting the mechanics of everything. After that, they kind of repeat some beats. They kind of do things a couple times over that they did before, and the pacing just kind of falls apart in the middle, in my opinion. It lulls quite a bit, and you know, because it just kind of does the same thing over and over again. Yeah, we understand the concept. They keep changing levels, and we know if you're in the bottom level, it's grim. If you're the top level, it's great. And they do that a couple times over to really kind of drive home what's going on. And that's fine, but it's like at a certain point, I'm like, I get it. I know what's going on. Let's move on with the story. Well, it finally picks up again in probably the last 20 minutes, and I think the last 20 minutes are really great, just how they wrap things up and resolve everything. And the movie kind of has a little bit of an ambiguous ending. You kind of get what's going on, but again, like, this movie doesn't want to reveal too much outside of what's going on in this tower. And I think it does a good job of consolidating everything and giving you that kind of claustrophobic, dreadful feel throughout the whole movie, because you don't know why they're there. You don't know what's going on. Like, you don't know what kind of world we're living in. And that feeling kind of makes you feel a little off the whole movie, and that really adds to the effect of the story and the plot. But overall, guys, I did really enjoy this movie. And like I said, even though they didn't nail the execution on all their themes and the pacing and everything, I would still take a great original story over something I've seen 1,000 times over. So I definitely recommend that you guys check this out on Netflix right now. I know we're all at home looking for something to watch, so a definite recommendation from me. I give this movie an 8.5 out of 10, so definitely check this one out. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more great reviews. I got some Blu-ray boxings coming up. Me and my partner over at Ultra HD Geek dropped our podcast this week, Levels of Geek, where we actually review together the film The Platform. And we also go over our top 5 streaming recommendations right now. So check out the Levels of Geek podcast. We are currently on Stitcher and Apple Podcasts. And yeah, like I said, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and like this video, please, guys. Please just drop me a like right there. I'd greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and comment down below if you've seen this film and what are your thoughts. And we'll see you next time.